Morning family, trust you're good wherever you are and you're experiencing the Lord's favor in your life. As we continue with our biblical discourse, we're going to look at Genesis chapter 21. This is the chapter where the promised child is born. Isaac has arrived. So one thing that we can extract from there is it does not matter how long it may take for God's promises to come through, they do come through. We just have to be patient and faithful and wait on the Lord, that whatever He has promised us, He will bring it into fruition, if I can put it that way. So, but as I was looking at that chapter, I saw something quite peculiar. If I were to title today's message, I would call it "A Son Losing His Father." Because as I was looking at that, remember that Hagar was a slave from Egypt that came into the family through Sarah. So now, as Isaac was growing up, he grew up, and then they made a party for him. So as they were playing, Ishmael and Isaac were playing, it so happened that Ishmael teased the young man, and Sarah did not like the way Ishmael was playing with his son. So she told Abraham to get rid of Hagar and Ishmael. So as I was looking at that, like, if you were to compare them, I would say they were pawns in the story of Abraham and Sarah. That when they needed them, when she could not conceive, she brought her into the family. Now that she's blessed, she's kicking her out. So it's not nice being a pawn. Sometimes you need to assess which role am I playing in somebody's life? Am I a pawn or am I bishop? But nonetheless, as we continue. So as I was looking at that, I was reminded of this book, The World Needs a Father by Cassie Cattons. There's a poem in here that I'd like to read for you, family, which I would reference Ishmael and say, could this be Ishmael? This is Ishmael's words. It goes as follows. The title of the poem, the author, the poet is Brianna K. Sloan. It goes like this: through the eyes of a child. When I was only 2 years old, my daddy went away. He saw he'd always love me, but he said he couldn't stay. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into years. I never saw my father. He never saw my tears. He never read me bedtime stories or tucked me in at night. He never showed up for my birthdays, but I always hoped he might. He missed my first day of kindergarten and all my school plays. He doesn't know how smart I am. My report card's full of A's. Sometimes I want to call him to say, hey Dad, I'm still alive. I'll be 16 years old soon. Will you teach me how to drive? It's almost time for college. The year goes by so fast. I'm looking forward to my future, but I'm still trapped within my past. I guess I'll never understand. Did I do something bad? My parents got divorced, but why did I lose my dad? Could this be Ishmael's words echoing through this poet? Because as I was looking at that chapter, Ishmael did not ask to be born, but he found himself as a casualty in this story that we are looking at. So now, when you study the history or the genealogy of Ishmael and the relationship between the Ishmaelites and the Israelites, you find there's a bit of animosity. They are constant enemy amongst the Philistines and the others. Could this be how we create enemies for ourselves? By mistreating people, when we think we don't need them? Because could this be where the seeds of hatred was planted? Because as I was looking at Genesis 21, these are questions that I started asking myself to say, could it be that most of the problems that we encounter, they emanate from situations that we did not really think them through? Could it be?